Good evening, Husky volleyball fans. We are here in Sioux Falls as the EPJ Huskies take on the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers in some varsity volleyball action this evening. We are going to get started right away with our national anthem.
Let's pray. Dear God, thank you for the opportunity to glorify you through the game of volleyball tonight. Thank you for all the players, coaches, officials, and fans, and for bringing them all here safely. Please keep all the players free from injury and give everyone safety as they travel home. Help us to honor you tonight through our words and actions. Amen.
And now that everyone stands, we ask that you please face the flag as we honor America with our national anthem. A reminder to all in attendance of the proper respect to stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. All veterans and not of uniform military personnel may salute the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
And your starting lineups this evening: Courtney Brewer, number 1. Ashley Brewer. Courtney Brewer is a setter. Ashley Brewer, middle hitter. Grace Peed, a senior this year, at outside hitter, right setter. Sarah Schmitz, a defensive setter. And number 14, Bentley Kohlbaum, at outside hitter. Number 16, Natalie Heyerts, senior middle hitter. And our libero, Hannah Neerman, senior this year. So for your Sioux Falls Chargers at starting lineups, number 3, Britta Timms, junior, at outside hitter. Number 4, Addison Barber, junior, setter. Number 7, Caitlin Moss, a senior, right side, setter. Number 8, Sydney Ostra, senior, outside hitter. Number 9, Taylor Bile, a senior, middle hitter. Number 13, Taryn Sickmiller, sophomore, middle hitter. And your libero for the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers at number 10, number 18, Lavin Maddox, senior. We'll take a quick break as we hear from our sponsors. You're watching EPJ Huskies Volleyball brought to you by Fuller Digital Solutions.
All the best sports shows, all the best games on 101.5 FM and 1570 AM for your college sports, University of South Dakota. For NHL coverage, Minnesota Wild. For NBA coverage, Minnesota Timberwolves. For MLB coverage, Chicago Cubs. And the best games in both college and the pros with the ESPN Radio featured games. Never miss out on the action.
Welcome back, Husky fans. Your Sioux Falls Christian Chargers are coached by Darcy Wassenaar, assisted by Wilton Zobel and Brittany Volmer, Jacqueline Newardendup, Nywendorp. And your coaches for the EPJ Huskies, head coach is Alicia Loyland, assisted by Tammy Gehring and Courtney Edelman. And we are getting ready here to set up the first serve of the evening. I believe it's going to be Chargers serve. Just trying to get things lined up with the camera here. This is about as good as an angle as we can get. Chargers serving here, number 13, Tavin Sickmiller. And that is out, point to Huskies. Good eye by the girls there as they commandeer the serve here in the first matchup. Courtney Brewer sets up to serve, sends it over, gotten there by Maddox. The dive there by Neerman, just shy of reaching that. They'll do point Chargers. Maddie Keepers lining up to serve. Keeper sails it over. Kohlbaum gets under it. Brewer sets it up, and Hyatt sends it over. Blocked there by number 9, Taylor Bile. Keeper sends it over. It's going to be spiked there at the net by Britta Timms. Timms just gets between the Huskies there. Keepers on the serve. Kohlbaum to Brewer. Over to Heyerts. That's going to be right on the line there. Point Huskies. Huskies take over the serve here. As Caitlin Van Rokel on the serve. Van Rokel to Keepers, or to Timms. Maddox. Binger there with the dive, just outside of her reach there. Chloe Bosma sets up the serve for the Chargers. Bosma to Neerman. Brewer to Heyerts. Heyerts sends it over, and that's going to be dropped there in a horde of Chargers. Bring that up 4-3 in favor of the Chargers. Neerman lines up for the serve. Neerman to Bosma. Neerman on the dive there. Holtbaum sends it over. Chargers set it over in 3. Neerman on the dive. Sends it over in 1. Brewer at the net, and they're going to call that Brewer for reaching over, I believe. No, that was on Chargers. Neerman back on the serve, tied up 4-4. Maddox. Chargers sends it over in 3 right in front of Brewer there. Trying to get a handle on these numbers, and I apologize. I forgot my glasses in Elk Point, so I can't see at a distance. Maddox to Kohlbaum. Kohlbaum to Brewer. Brewer to Brewer sends it over. Maddox on the dive. Number 4 sends it over. Kohlbaum to Brewer. Binger sends it over in 3. Maddox gets under it. Number 8 there. Kohlbaum to Brewer. To Brewer. The whistle is blown. Going to be point Chargers. Lavin Maddox sets up to serve. Maddox Kohlbaum over to Courtney. Sets it up for Ashley, sends it over. Number 5 over to 4. And then number 8, and that's going to be just out. Point Huskies. Number 8 there is Sydney Ostra. Madison Binger gets lined up to send it over. Kohlbaum gets out under it, blocked there at the net earlier by Brewer. Kohlbaum sends that into the net. It's going to be 5-7. Chargers leading. Binger checks out as Sarah Schmitz checks in. Van Rokel to Brewer. Blocked at the net there, saved there by Van Rokel. Brewer sends it up for Van Rokel. Maddox gets under that second hit there. Number 8 sends it over. Neerman gets under it, sets it up for Brewer. Brewer to Brewer, sets it deep in the back row there, 14-4. And then number 7, Caitlin Moss, sends that over just behind our Husky line. Sets it up for 8-5. Chargers line up to serve Addison Barber for the Chargers. Barber to Van Rokel. Brewer sets it up for Kohlbaum, sights it back deep. Van Rokel on the reach there. Looked like she was almost worried about running into Neerman. Barber steps back to serve again, sets it up Van Rokel. Brewer to Brewer, sends it over back deep. Maddox gets under it. Number 4. Brewer at the net there, dropped in front of Neerman. Timeout called by the Huskies. We'll take one along with them, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Quality care close to home. That's Horizon Healthcare in Elk Point. For immunizations and well child visits to family health, we're right here for all ages with convenient hours and timely appointments. Local care for you and your family makes life easier with less travel, greater personal attention, and overall wellness for life. That's Horizon Healthcare's Elk Point Community Health Center.
And we are back as Huskies and Chargers come out of the timeout there called by Coach Loyland. See what we can come up with coming out of this timeout. And the Chargers serve. Addison Barber continues to serve. Refs checking on some stuff at the net. Talking over there to the scorer's table. We got everything set up here. Chargers lead 10-5 in this first set. Jeff and Kendall and Kristen are all busy this evening, I believe. Coach Newhart is got the cross-country runners running somewhere. And I believe there were some appointments and some field work to do. Van Rokel gets under it. Brewer to Kohlbaum. Kohlbaum tried to rescue it there. Just shy. It was a good hustle. 11-5. Barber still on the serve. So, unfortunately, you guys are stuck listening to me. Barber sends it over to Van Rokel. Brewer over to Brewer. Sends it back deep. Blocked attempt there by Brewer. Sends it out, and that's going to be point Chargers. Barber continues on the serve. It's Chloe Bosma there in the back row, number 14. Van Rokel on the dive. Brewer sets it up for Kohlbaum. They're going to call, I believe it hit the antenna, so in favor of the Chargers. Barber serves 13-5 here in this first set. Van Rokel on the dive. Brewer sets it up for Kohlbaum, blocked at the net. Courtney Brewer on the dive. It's going to go just out of bounds. It's going to be serve Chargers. Barber sends it over. Van Rokel Gets it over to Brewer. Kohlbaum sends it that back row over to Barber. Kohlbaum at the net over to Schmitz to Brewer. Sends it over. They're going to call that one on the Huskies. 15-5 in favor of Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. Barber continues on the serve. Barber to Schmitz sends it over. 7 at the net there. Brewer sets it up for her sister Ashley. Maddox on the dive. Barber sets it up for number 8. Ostra. Neerman on the dive. That's going to go to Chargers. And Coach Loyland's going to call another timeout. We'll take one along with her and be back right after this message.
Welcome to Rooted Boutique.
And we are back. Huskies coming out of a timeout here. Addison Barber sets up to serve. Barber sends it over to Ben Rokel. Sets it up for Courtney Brewer. Kohlbaum sets it deep. Barber to Kaylin Moss. Barber sends it over. Neerman on the dive. Just short. 15-5. Rachel Diedelman checks in for Tavin Sickmiller. And Barber continues to serve. Ben Rokel to Brewer. And Diedelman sends it over. It's going to be Chargers point. That landed right there on the line, that back line there. Barber sets it up. Ben Rokel, Brewer. Brewer sends it over, and that's going to be out. Barber to Van Rokel. Schmitz and Kohlbaum on it. Schmitz sends it over. Barber to Chargers sent that over. It's going to be in 21-5 in this first set. Barber steps back to serve. Barber to Van Rokel. Brewer to Brewer. Moves it to the back. That's going to be tipped and lands in that back corner. It'll be 21-6. Bentley Kohlbaum steps back to serve. Barber sets it up. Schmitz to Kohlbaum. Over to Brewer, sends it over, and that's going to be out point Chargers. Britta Timms checking in as Chloe Bosma checks out. Sydney Ostra on the serve. Schmitz gets under it, over to Brewer. Grace P sends it over. And Neerman on the dive. Kohlbaum chases after it. That's going to go in favor of the Chargers. Sydney Ostra steps back to serve. Ostra to Schmitz. Kohlbaum chase after it. It's going to be Just out of reach there. Serve goes back to Ostra. Ostra to Schmitz. Brewer sets it up. Ashley Brewer saved there at the net by Kohlbaum. Schmitz rolls it over. Barber blocked there by Brewer. Kohlbaum gets the Brewer to Peed. It's a point. Huskies. Huskies take over serve. Ashley Brewer steps back to toss it over for the Huskies. Barber gets under it. Moss sends it over. That's going to go in favor of the Chargers. We'll be back after a few messages. You're watching EPJ Husky Volleyball, brought to you by Fuller Digital Solutions. We'll be right back.
Elk Point native Dr. Devin Penfield and the team at the dentist at Elk Point believe that your family deserves the highest level of dental care in a friendly and relaxing atmosphere. That's why they're happy to provide the community with a low-stress, comfortable dental home. Patients are loving and having the latest technology in a small-town setting. Dr. Penfield and her team enjoy serving such a wonderful community. Schedule your appointment today by calling 605-356-2271.
And we are back. Take one more break here as the Huskies and the Chargers continue their huddles. We'll be right back.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
You ready to start a career with an exciting team? Thermobond is looking to add to our team of experts. We offer competitive wages, a positive work environment, and on-the-job training. Thermobond is headquartered in Elk Point, South Dakota, and for over 30 years we've been providing lightweight and precast solutions for multiple industries nationwide. Check us out and see if you'd like to start a new career with us today.
And we are back as Huskies break the huddle here. We're getting geared up to start the second matchup here in Sioux Falls as the Huskies take on the Chargers. We will be having some football action tomorrow evening in Miller as the Huskies take on Miller Highmore Herald in Miller tomorrow night. We will bring you all of the action. I will be there as well as Kendall and Jeff, bringing you some play-by-play. And I believe we are getting a new audio mixer, so we shouldn't have any issues with sound tomorrow night. But I do know that the equipment will be in the crow's nest, and Jeff and Kendall will be in the bleachers. So I know that sometimes that tends to get a little shaky there with sound quality as we get stuck underneath those speakers. But we will do our best. Brewer sends it over to Maddox. Maddox to Barber. Blocked there at the net by Heyerts and Brewer. Excellent work. Point goes the Huskies. Brewer continues on the serve. Brewer to Bosma. Sickmiller sends that into the net. Point Huskies. Ashley Brewer continues on the serve. Brewer sends it over. Barber gets under the second hit there, and that's going to go right on the line. Kohlbaum makes the dive. Chargers take over the serve. Ostra gearing up to send it over for the Chargers. Schmitz to Kohlbaum. Heyerts sends it over. Ostra to Barber. To Sickmiller. Brewer to Heyerts. Maddox sends it over into their student section. It's going to be Point Huskies. Madison Binger checks in for Sarah Schmitz as Courtney Brewer steps back to serve. Brewer serving 3-1. Ostra to Barber to Moss. Sends it over. Point Chargers. Sickmiller steps back to serve. Chargers serving 2-3. Kohlbaum to Brewer. Over to Peed, sends it back deep, and that's going to be Point Huskies. Ben Rokel steps back to send it over for the Huskies. Ostra to Barber. Sends it over. Brewer. Going to go in favor of Chargers. Maggie Keepers on the serve for Chargers. Keepers to Meerman on the dive there. It's just going to get a little bit short there. Chargers tie it up 4-4. Keepers sets up for another one. Keepers going to send that short. Huskies point. Ashley Brewer checks in. Natalie Heyerts checks out. Hannah Neerman on the serve. Neerman to Ostra. Barber. And sent over by Timms. Side here. There you go. Chargers tying it up 5-5. As Bosma steps back to serve. That's going to go into the net. Point Huskies as they take over the serve. Madison Binger steps back. Maddox on the dive. Barber tips it over. Binger to Ben Rokel. Kohlbaum at the net there. Saved by Ben Rokel. Brew to Kohlbaum. Sets it back deep right in front of Bosma there on the dive. And that's going to be Point Huskies. Binger steps back to send one over for the Huskies. Ostra to Barber. Keepers. No. Bile. So sent in. Bile checks out for the Chargers. As Maddox lines up to serve. Then Rokel to Brewer. Brewer sets it up for Ashley. On the dive there in the back row, that's going to be out of reach for the Chargers. Huskies lead 8-6 here in the second set as Bentley Kohlbaum gears up to serve 8-6 here in Sioux Falls. Kohlbaum sends it over to Ostra. Barber on the dive, blocked there at the net by Ashley Brewer. Sent over by Ostra. Schmitz to Brewer. Peed. It's going to be hit there at the net. Go point. Sioux Falls. Barber back on the serve as Keepers checks out. Barber sends it over to Kohlbaum. Kohlbaum to Brewer. Sets it up for Brewer. Tips it deep, back deep. Bosma to Barber to Maz. Brewer gets under it there. Sends that out. Chargers tied up, 8-all. Barber steps back to serve again. Barber to Kohlbaum. Kohlbaum to Brewer. He is going to send that. Track that one. That's going to go over, though, and out of bounds. Chargers take the lead here, 9-8. Barber continues on the serve. Barber to Schmitz to Brewer. Brewer sends it back deep, and that's going to go over their heads, but right on the line, and that's going to tie things back up here, 9-all. Ashley Brewer on the serve. Ostra to Barber. Barber to Sickmiller, who's going to send that over and right on that back line there to take the lead, 10-9. Ostra steps back to serve for Sioux Falls Christian. Ostra to Schmitz. Schmitz to Brewer. Brewer to Heyerts. That's going to go out. Ostra steps back to serve. Ostra to Schmitz. Schmitz to Brewer. Sets it up to Kohlbaum. Maddox on the dive to Barber with the set. And number 3, Tim sends it over. Let's get it right on the line. Point. Chargers. Ostra serving, 12-9. Ostra sends that short to Point Huskies. Courtney Brewer serving here, 10-12. In the second matchup as Sarah Schmitz checks out, Madison Binger checks in. Brewer sends it over to Ostra. Barber at the net. Hannah Neerman on the dive. Courtney Brewer saves it over, and Hannah Neerman sends it over. Kohlbaum on the dive there. Brewer to Heyerts. I don't know why they blew the whistle, but somebody did something, and it's our fault. So, point. Chargers. Tavin Sickmiller on the serve. Kohlbaum. Setting it up for Brewer. Stopped short there at the net. 3-point Chargers. Sickmiller on the serve. 14-10. Kohlbaum gets under it. Brewer sets it up for Binger. Tips it over. Barber on the dive. Sickmiller to Timms. Heyerts at the net there, and Chargers tip it back at the net. Sickmiller continues on the serve. Sickmiller to Kohlbaum. Kohlbaum to Brewer. Heyerts sets it back deep. Sickmiller to Barber, and Timms sends that over. The timeout. Huskies will take one along with them, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Get your wellness on track with the Elk Point Athletic Club. With affordable rates and convenient 24/7 access, the Elk Point Athletic Club makes it easier than ever to ditch those stubborn extra pounds and get back on the path to better health. With free weights, machines, ellipticals, treadmills, stationary bikes, and more, you'll find what you're looking for at the Elk Point Athletic Club. Text or email Eric today.
And we are back here as Chargers and Huskies come out of the timeout. Chargers are leading 16-10 here in the second matchup. First match went to the Chargers, 25-7. I'm not aware of the results of the C games and JV games. Wonder if we can get some score updates here for you folks soon. Nearman to Brewer to Kohlbaum, and that's going to be just out of bounds. In that back row as Kohlbaum sails it over deep. Sickmiller on the serve for the Chargers. Sickmiller sends it short. So we go to the Huskies. Grace Peed checking out as Caitlin Van Rokel checks in and steps it back to serve. Van Rokel to Timms. Barber sets it up. Back to Timms. Blocked the net there by Binger and Heyerts. Barber sets up her second one by Timms, and that's going to be blocked there at the net. I believe somebody stepped over the line because that's going to go in favor of the Chargers as Maggie Keepers checks in to serve. Kohlbaum gets under it, over to Van Rokel, sets it back deep to Kohlbaum. Maddox to Barber. It's going to go, Biles sends that over, and that's just outside the line. It's going to go in favor of the Huskies. Hannah Neerman serving now, 12-18. Neerman to Maddox. Barber to Bile. Blocked at the net there by Horta Huskies. It's going to go in favor of EPJ. Neerman back on the serve. Maddox gets under it, over to Barber. Set over by Timms. Van Rokel and Ashley Brewer on the dive there. Oops, I think I've got this. Sorry, folks, I got this backwards. It is currently 19-13 in favor of Chargers. Barber sends it over. Courtney on the dive. Neerman to Kohlbaum. Kohlbaum sends that out. It's going to be in favor of Sioux Falls Christian. I apologize. I'm used to us being home, so on my screen here I have home and away. Kohlbaum gets under it. Over to Brewer. Sets it up for her sister. Sends it over. Blocked there at the net. Set it back. That's going to go out of bounds in favor of the Huskies. Madison Binger steps back to serve. 14-20 here in favor of the Chargers. Maddox and Bile dive for it. Bosma gets under it. Chargers send it over. Brewer to Kohlbaum at the net there, blocked by the Huskies, and point EPJ. Madison Binger steps back to serve again. Bosma to Barber. Biles with the spike, but Ashley Brewer and Bentley Kohlbaum at the net there. Oh, I thought they blocked it. Favor of Sioux Falls. Maddox steps back to serve. Maddox to Neerman. Over to Brewer. Kohlbaum sets it over. We blocked there by Bile and Sickmiller. Point Chargers. Maddox to serve for the Chargers. Binger gets under it. Courtney Brewer to Bentley Kohlbaum. Sends it to the back row. Tipped there by Barber. Keepers on the dive. And unfortunately she couldn't keep it there. Let that one get away from her. 22-16 in favor of the Chargers. Bentley Kohlbaum steps back to serve. Sends it up and over. Ostra to Barber, fought there hard at the net, and that's going to go in favor of the Huskies. Kohlbaum steps back to serve. Long sends it over. Ostra to Barber. Back to Ostra. Neerman to Brewer. Back to Neerman. Sends it over. Maddox gets under it. For Barber. Spiked over there by Sickmiller. Pull bomb on the dive. 23-17 as Keepers checks out and Moss checks in. Barber on the serve. Sends it over to Binger. Binger to Brewer. Brewer to Brewer. Sends it to the back row there. Bosma gets under it. Neerman to Brewer. Over to Peed. Hit there at the net by the Chargers. In favor of the Huskies. Ashley Brewer on the serve. It's going to go just out. They almost grabbed it there. Looked like they were going to fight over it. Fortunately, that went out of bounds. Match point here as Ostra steps back to serve. Ostra to Binger. Binger to Peed. Sets it up for pull bomb. Sends it over. Barber over to Maddox. As Moss sends it into the net. Sarah Schmitz asking for a rotation. Schmitz checks out. Binger checks in. And Brewer steps back to serve. Brewer serving 19-24 here in the second set. Maddox gets under it. Barber for the dive. And Timms sends it just short under the net. Point Huskies. Courtney Brewer back on the serve. Back to Ostra. Ostra to Barber. Barber to Timms. Timms is going to go out. Point Huskies. Huskies creeping up. 21-24 here in the second set. As Chargers take their first time out of the evening. We'll be right back after these messages.
Every day, life throws its challenges our way. It might be sitting at a desk too long, or picking up the kids, or simply everyday wear and tear. Over time, these moments can misalign our bodies. The doctors at Heartland Chiropractic Associates understand this delicate balance. Their team of experienced chiropractors doesn't just address symptoms, but seeks and finds the root cause. Call and book an appointment today and discover why Heartland Chiropractic Associates has been voted 2 times the best chiropractic clinic in Siouxland.
And we are back here as Courtney Brewer steps back to serve for the Huskies. Chargers lead 24-21 as Huskies creep up, and that's going to be out of bounds. That second set's going to go in favor of the Chargers. Chargers take that second set 25-21. First set was 25-7. We'll be back here for the third set after a brief commercial break. You are watching EPJ Huskies Volleyball, brought to you by Fuller Digital Solutions here in Sioux Falls.
All the best sports shows, all the best games on 101.5 FM and 1570 AM for your college sports, University of South Dakota. For NHL coverage, Minnesota Wild. For NBA coverage, Minnesota Timberwolves. For MLB coverage, Chicago Cubs. And the best games in both college and the pros with the ESPN Radio featured games. Never miss out on the action.
Quality care close to home. That's Horizon Healthcare in Elk Point. For immunizations and well-child visits to family health, we're right here for all ages with convenient hours and timely appointments. Local care for you and your family makes life easier with less travel, greater personal attention, and overall wellness for life. That's Horizon Healthcare's Elk Point Community Health Center.
Elk Point native Dr. Devin Penfield and the team at the dentist at Elk Point believe that your family deserves the highest level of dental care in a friendly and relaxing atmosphere. That's why they're happy to provide the community with a low-stress, comfortable dental home. Patients are loving and having the latest technology in a small-town setting. Dr. Penfield and her team enjoy serving such a wonderful community. Schedule your appointment today by calling 605-356-2271.
And we are back here in Sioux Falls as Chargers and Huskies take on one another here in Sioux Falls. In this third set of some varsity volleyball action. Chargers serve. As Addison Barber steps back. Chargers send it over. Pole bomb to Brewer. Over to Hyerts. First point of the third match goes to EPJ. Sarah Schmitz checks out. Madison Binger checks in. And Courtney Brewer steps back to take over serve for the Huskies. Maddox sends it over in one. Hyerts at the net there. Barber. Hyerts and Pete at the net. Back to Brewer. Barber gets under it. That's going to go out by Ostra. Huskies lead 2-0. Brewer gets set up to serve. Maddox to Barber. Blocked there by Binger and Hyerts. Sickmiller was there at the net, trying to send that over. Brewer continues to serve. Maddox. Barber to Sickmiller. Brewer gets under it. Over to Neerman. Peed at the net. Bosma to Barber to Ostra, and that's going to go out. Point Huskies. Maddox gets under it. Over to Barber. Barber to Sickmiller. Full bomb to Brewer. Over to Hyerts at the net. In favor of EPJ. It's going to be timeout. Chargers take one along with them. And be right back after these messages. And we are back. Chargers come out of the timeout. Huskies take the court. Huskies lead 5-0. Courtney Brewer steps back to serve. Maddox gets under it. Chargers send that into the stands. Point Huskies. EPJ has the Chargers scrambling here in this third set. Ostra to Barber, back to Ostra. Pole bomb to Brewer, back to pole bomb, sends it over. Bosma to Barber. Blocked there at the net by Peed and Hyerts. That is going to go in favor of Chargers. I think they stepped over a line because I thought it was blocked, but apparently my depth perception is way off. Ostra sends it over. Pole bomb to Neerman. Hyerts sends it out. Ostra steps back to serve. Binger. Brewer. Peed. Go out of bounds. Point Chargers. Ostra continues on the serve for the Chargers. Kohlbaum gets under it. Brewer to Binger. Maddox to Barber. Over to Timms. Kohlbaum and Peed on the dive. Point. It's going to be just out of their reach. Point goes to the Chargers. Ostra continues to serve for Sioux Falls. Binger to Brewer to Heyerts. The net. Maddox tips it to the way back. Ostra on the dive. It's going to go into their fan section there. Point Huskies. Grace Peed checks out. Van Rokel checks in and steps back to serve. Van Rokel rolls it over the net to Timms. To Barber to Moss. Sends that over the net. Point Chargers. Sickmiller on the serve for the Chargers. Sioux Falls Christian trails 5-7 here. Rolls it over the net short. Neerman gets under it. Blocked at the net by the Chargers, but they send it out. That's going to be point Huskies. Heyerts checks out. As I'm not sure who checked in. Neerman on the serve, though. Ostra to Barber. Barber to Timms. Neerman gets under it. Sends it over to Van Rokel. Kohlbaum sends it over. Ostra to Barber. Barber to Moss. Blocked there by the Huskies. Chargers on the dive. That's going to be it's going to prove a little too much for them. They're going to send that in the wrong direction, and it's going to be point Huskies. Neerman continues to serve. 9-5 here. Maddox to Barber. Bile at the net. Just get away from the Huskies there a little bit. And it's going to be 9-6 in favor of EPJ. Keepers on the serve for Sioux Falls. Van Rokel. Brewer. Somebody stepped over something. Whistle blew. I don't know. I think that there's a little bit of communication there. Not quite sure if it was good, bad, or ugly. Keepers back on the serve. Kohlbaum over to Brewer. Brewer sends it over. Timms and Maddox on the dive there. It's going to go in favor of EPJ. Courtney Brewer steps back to serve. Huskies serve 10-7. Here in the third set. Ostra gets under it, over to Barber. Bile sends it over. Van Rokel to Brewer. It's in the back corner there. It's going to be just out of bounds. Sarah Schmidt's checking in for Madison Binger. As Bosma steps back to serve. Bosma to Schmitz. Brewer on the rescue attempt there. I don't want to see her smashing into the scorer's table, so glad she's safe without going into the stands. It's going to go Chargers' favor. Kohlbaum to Brewer, back to Kohlbaum, spikes it back deep, and that's going to get away from keepers into their stands. Huskies lead 11-9. Van Rokel checks out as Grace Peed checks in, and Bentley Kohlbaum steps back to serve. Bosma to Barber, over to Bile. Huskies. Peed spikes that over, and it's going to be blocked at the net there. It goes out of bounds. And in favor of the Huskies. Kohlbaum steps back to serve again. Sends it over to keeper Maddox, to Barber, to Bile. Neerman on the return attempt. It's going to go in the wrong direction. as Sioux Falls continues to trail by 2. Lavin Maddox steps back to serve. Schmitz to Brewer to Kohlbaum. Keepers on the dive there. Peed to Kohlbaum. Neerman sends it over. Maddox to Barber, sets it up for Sickmiller to be dropped there on the Husky side. As Maddox continues to serve for the Chargers. Kohlbaum gets under it. Brewer sets it up for Peed. Bosma to Barber. Over to Ostra. Sends it deep and right on the line there. Tying things up here 12-12 as Maddox continues on the serve. Maddox to Kohlbaum. Peed sets it up. Kohlbaum sends it back to Maddox to Barber. To Ostra. Peed to Brewer. Brewer. Keepers on the dive. Maddox. Sioux Falls sends it over. Neerman to Brewer. Brewer tips it, and that's going to be dropped there by Sioux Falls. Huskies take the lead yet again here in the 3rd set. Ashley Brewer steps back to serve for EPJ. Brewer sends that a little too far, goes out, ties things back up here, 13-all. Barber steps back to serve for Sioux Falls. Barber, Schmitz and Kohlbaum get under it. Brewer to Heyerts. Chargers send it back, but unfortunately on the wrong side of the line, and that's going to go in favor of the Huskies. 14-13 here as Courtney Brewer steps back to serve. Sarah Schmitz checking out. Madison Binger checking in. Brewer to Maddox to Barber, sets it up for Sickmiller, blocked at the net by the Huskies, but that's going to go out of bounds. Chargers tie things up here again, 14-14, as Ostra steps back to serve. Ostra to Binger, Brewer, Heyerts, Point Huskies. Grace Peed checking out, Caitlin Van Rokel checking in, and it's going to be EPJ's serve. Timms to Barber to Moss, Brewer to Neerman to Heyerts. Maddox gets under it, Barber sets it up, and Tim spikes it over to Van Rokel. Tries to get under that one, ties things back up here again, 15-15 as Maddox checks out, as well as number 10, Rachel Diedelman checks out. Sickmiller steps back to serve for the Chargers, 15-all. Neerman to Brewer to Heyerts. Ostra to Barber to Timms. It's going to be in. Out, sorry, I apologize. It's going to be Chargers point as they take the lead, and Sickmiller continues on the serve. Sickmiller to Neerman. Fought hard there at the net. Heyerts sends it over. Ostra to Barber, and Biles sends that over. Chargers now with a 2-point lead, 17-15. Sickmiller continues on the serve. Miller to Kohlbaum, Kohlbaum to Brewer, back to Kohlbaum. Blocked there at the net by the Chargers as Kohlbaum tries to return it. It's going to go in favor of the Chargers. Huskies call a timeout. We will take one along with them and be back right after this brief break.
You ready to start a career with an exciting team? Thermobond is looking to add to our team of experts. We offer competitive wages, a positive work environment, and on-the-job training. Thermobond is headquartered in Elk Point, South Dakota, and for over 30 years we've been providing lightweight and precast solutions for multiple industries nationwide. Check us out and see if you'd like to start a new career with us today.
And we are back. Chargers lead 18-15 here in the third set. Chargers took the first two. Set one at 25-7, set two 25-21. And the Huskies and Chargers have been staying pretty neck and neck here in this third set. Sickmiller for the Chargers. Neerman to Van Rokel. She tries to get under that, and that's going to be just out of reach there, so it's going to go in favor of the Chargers. 19-15, Sickmiller steps back to serve. Kohlbaum to Brewer, over to Hyatt, sends it back. That's going to be just off the line there in favor of the Chargers. Players checking in and out here. Neerman on the serve. Neerman sends it over. Maddox to Barber to Ostra. Dropped there by the Huskies as they attempt the dive. It was a good hustle. Keepers on the serve. Van Rokel to Binger. Binger to Kohlbaum. Keepers to Barber. Over to Timms. Kohlbaum attempts to get under it. That's going to go out of bounds. 22-15. Nope, sorry. 21-16 here in the third set. As Keepers steps back to serve. And that's going to go into the net. Point Huskies. Binger steps back to serve. Maddox gets under it. Barber to Timms. Blocked there at the net by Brewer. Bosma steps back to serve. Just out of Schmitz's reach. 23-17 here in the third set in favor of Chargers. Huskies take their final timeout in this second set. We'll take one along with them and be right back.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
And we are back as Huskies and Chargers take the court here in this third matchup. Chargers leading 23-17 as Bosma steps back to serve for Sioux Falls. Bosma to Neerman to Brewer. Kohlbaum sends it over as Keepers takes the dive and point Huskies. 23-18 as Bentley Kohlbaum steps back to serve. Van Rokel checking out for the Huskies. Kohlbaum to Bosma to Barber to Ostra. Schmitz to Neerman to Kohlbaum. Chargers get under it. Barber with the second hit there, and Ostra sends it over. Kohlbaum to Brewer, sends it to the back line. That's going to be in point. Huskies 23-19 here as we get a little ruckus from the fans. Kohlbaum steps back to serve. Kohlbaum sends that into the net. It's going to be match point here for Sioux Falls as Bile checks out for the Chargers. Maddox on the serve. Maddox to Kohlbaum to Brewer. Over Peed. That's going to send it out, and that's going to go to the Chargers. Huskies did a great job this evening on the hustle. It's going to go in favor of the Chargers. I want to thank you for joining us this evening here in Sioux Falls. Huskies take the ball here 25-19 here in the third set, 25-21 in the second set, 25-7 in the first set. We will be bringing you some football action tomorrow evening in Miller as EPJ takes on Miller Highmore Herald. Jeff and Kendall on the call tomorrow. I'm not quite sure if Kristen will be joining us or not. Hope she is. I can always use the extra help. And that kickoff time is at 7 tomorrow. Wishing everybody luck tomorrow evening. We'll be back. And you have a good evening. Thank you for tuning in for all your EPJ athletics, brought to you by Fuller Digital Solutions. Good night.